Protests and arrests in Louisville overnight. This morning, Breonna Taylor's family addressed the media for the first time since the grand jury announcement. Jerica Duncan is following the story in Louisville.
Breonna Taylor's family spoke out publicly this morning for the first time since a grand jury decided not to indict any of the officers for Taylor's death.
I hope you never know the pain of your child being murdered 191 days in a row. Tamika Palmer. I am so sorry. So sorry you got to go through this.
Family attorney Ben Crump calls the situation a grave miscarriage of justice.
What kind of sham grand jury proceeding was this? Breonna's legacy will be that black women life matters too.
The mood here in Louisville remains tense with more protests on the streets Thursday night. Demonstrations began peacefully but escalated after the 9 p.m. curfew. Police started arresting protesters, including some carrying hammers and spray paint. A local church offered sanctuary for other protesters, but police arrested many outside. As protests continue, a lawyer for Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly has shared this video from the apparent raid in March that killed Taylor. It shows the moments after Mattingly was shot by Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who says he fired his gun thinking the officers were intruders. One of the Louisville officers shot during the protests made an appearance at work yesterday. Both officers are expected to recover. The 9 p.m. curfew will remain in place throughout the weekend. Jerica Duncan, CBS News, Louisville, Kentucky.
Taylor's family is asking the state attorney general to release the transcripts of the grand jury proceeding. And the Illinois teenager charged with fatally shooting 2 people and injuring a third in Kenosha, Wisconsin last month was in court on Zoom this morning. Kyle Rittenhouse and his defense team appeared before an Illinois court for an extradition hearing. Rittenhouse's legal team told the judge that they plan to challenge the teen's extradition to Wisconsin by writ of habeas corpus. That's a fundamental right in the Constitution that protects against unlawful and indefinite imprisonment. He's going to appear back in court on October 9th. And the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is honored at the U.S. Capitol today. Today, Justice Ginsburg lies in state in Sanctuary Hall. She is the first woman and the first Jewish American to have that distinction. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi welcomed the invited guests. Rabbi Lauren Holzblatt reflected on the power of Justice Ginsburg's dissent, saying they're a blueprint for the future. She also called Ginsburg a prophet and said we must continue her legacy. Attention tech lovers, Amazon has some new toys for you to play with. We'll tell you how you can get your hands on them next on Valley News Live at 4.